Hello everyone, Jack from Junior Game Creators here with another bite-sized video to add something special to your game. Today we're going to be looking at an absolute video game classic, the power-up. The idea is you've got a character or a ship or a vehicle or something which has an ability that can be then enhanced by picking up an item. So today we're going to be using this Space Blaster game, and at the moment it's quite a basic, simple, shoot the targets as they go across, not too exciting. We want to add a power-up that's going to give you a super mega laser overdrive ability. So we're going to start by creating a sprite that's going to represent the object that you need to catch in order to get the power-up status. So I'm going to just repurpose some of the buttons and items that they've got in the Scratch gallery to make an interesting looking power-up object. And it's entirely up to you what this looks like. And remember, this is just one way of doing it as well. It could be that your power-up is triggered by time or triggered by a certain number of points. We're just using the Mario classic of pick up an object and get a new ability. So now we need to set some code for how and why and when this power-up appears on the screen and what it does when it gets there, before we even think about the effect that it causes on our player character. So we're going to say when I receive new game, we're going to make it a little bit smaller. We want to give the player the possibility of missing the power up, so it really is something you need to aim for, and we don't want to see it to begin with. And then we're going to wait until our timer reaches a certain point. Now this game is using a timer. It's a timed game. You've got a certain amount of time to complete the objective, which means we can use that timer as well to trigger certain events like a power up appearing. So we're going to say when the timer is greater than, let's say 15 seconds, it's only a 30-second game, so about halfway through, we're going to send our power up to a random position at the top of the screen. But we're going to make the X coordinates somewhere between -240 and 240. Top of the screen is 180 on the y-axis, so we're going to make sure it always appears at the top. Then we need to be able to see the power up to catch it, so we'll add a show block, and we'll have it glide to the bottom of the screen. So don't change the X position, but glide all the way to the bottom to -180, and then hide again. Let's test that out. So we've got a normal powered laser, and remember our power up's not going to do anything yet if we do catch it, because we haven't programmed it to. Give it 15 seconds and hopefully our power up, there it goes, appears at the top of the screen, glides to the bottom quite quickly. It's up to you how long that takes. I'm going to change it to take a bit longer, so it's going to take 2 seconds to glide from top to bottom. And we're going to say if this power up touches the ship, so if you catch it at any point throughout the game, we're going to broadcast a new message, and we're going to call that message power up. That way other sprites know we've caught the power up and we're going to give it the effect. And once you catch it, we want it to hide as well, because we don't want you to be getting infinite power-ups. Now, in order to create this extra firepower, all we're going to do is duplicate the code that we've already got, but instead of triggering on new game, we're going to trigger on power-up. A couple of blocks we don't want in there because they're going to mess things up, so we're going to take out that initialization position. We're going to take out some of that stuff as well because that's already set. But we're going to decrease the amount of time you need to wait between shooting your laser. So from 1 second to 0.1 second. So that means once you've received the power up message from catching the power up, it's going to switch over to those controls for the rest of the game, and you're going to get a super powered laser. So let's test it out. Just got to wait until the 15-second mark. Rack up as many points as we can, but I think it's going to be a lot easier after. And now we can shoot like crazy. In fact, we're shooting so fast it doesn't look like Scratch can really keep up with it. So now you've got a super powered laser that means you can rack up tons and tons of points. We've gone from, what, a high score of 70 at the start to thousands.